What's up, everybody? It's your boy. It's the Charm City Champ, and I'm joined again with everybody's favorite Phantom Thief, Hinokage.
Oh yeah, I don't have a code name.
We're back, baby, with part 2 of our Persona 5 story recap, where we're breaking down every single important plot point for Persona 5, just so you can prepare for Persona 5 Strikers this week. Now, if you did not watch it already, part 1 we released the day before. Click that, watch part 1 first. Get all that juicy. You're missing a lot of stuff, baby. A lot of juicy
Yeah,
stuff in that first half. Watch part
we
1.
we ran through all of the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost at the end.
We're almost there. This is the downhill sprint. Also, this goes without saying, big spoilers from here on. So if you're thinking of dedicating 120 hours of your life to actually playing through Persona 5, I highly suggest doing that. But if you just want to hurry up, get a quick 2-hour run through, and then jump into Strikers, you're at the right place. Stay here, like and subscribe, leave some comments,
Yeah,
baby.
talk to us. We like reading and whatnot.
I
So
do. I love
yeah,
the reads. So, just a little, very quick recap. We are introduced to the Phantom Thieves. They all get together. We have fully assembled the Phantom Thieves. They are inside Nijima's palace. Joker gets arrested. We are now in the interrogation room, and he needs to escape.
but how?
But
Right.
how? Because,
so
yeah, but
yeah, we pick up basically at the end of the interrogation size, so I was your last target. And we're like, yeah, you were the last target. Um, I think she has our phone.
yes.
Yeah,
So,
so she has our phone, and we explained everything to her as truthfully as possible because even though we just changed size heart, we do believe she is still a good guy.
mhm.
And believe it or not, she's one of the most important good guys in the actual game itself. Even though, she kind of comes off as one of the antagonists in the beginning. So
So let's before we get to the how. So in real time, you explain everything to Sai. She's like, "Okay, we can figure this out. Give me a sec." She leaves the interrogation room. Shortly after, Akechi comes into the interrogation room.
who we were
Mm-hmm.
working with to go into that last dungeon in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Akechi comes in and gives you the whole spiel about he is the traitor. He's not the real Phantom Thief.
He sold you out.
Sold you out. In fact, I'm Black Mask and I've been killing. I killed Kamishita. Yeah,
More.
Okamura.
Okamura.
I killed Okamura. I killed Okamura, and I'ma kill you. And pulls the gun out, shoots Joker. Joker's dead. Game over. Not really. So,
Psych. Psych.
so literally
This-
a couple days of the game pass, and Joker's dead. Like you watch everybody continue their lives as if that's it. Nothing's gonna happen. Joker comes back, just walks into the coffee shop like nothing happened.
it's like, hey,
What's up,
I
man?
have a hoodie now.
I am Joker, but I have a hoodie. So,
So, are we going over this crazy
yes.
plan? So, us as Phantom Thieves kind of sit down without Akechi, and we don't trust Akechi. So Futaba bugs his phone, and we actually remember at one point in time that, hey, Akechi heard Morgana talking.
Mhm.
Uh, and at one point in time when we all met up, way before we knew he was a persona user or he all the way suspected us. So we figured that out. We don't trust this guy.
Mhm.
and we use we actually did they already break into the police station where we were being interrogated at?
So I forget how it happens. So um, the phone is the important part.
Yeah,
So they use Sai to switch phones with Akechi, and the phone is how Akechi accidentally goes into a cognitive version of the police station.
and sitting there was a cognitive version of Joker, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just like a puppet or a shadow or something
Mm-hmm.
that they had sitting there. So Akechi, oh yeah, we forgot. Akechi kills a guard,
Yes.
kills Joker, makes it look like a suicide,
Mm-hmm.
and walks out with his head held high. Vince McMahon walk, just I got him.
Not even realizing that he was only in a palace version of the police station the whole time. He didn't really kill Joker. He just killed his cognitive version of Joker and the cognitive version of the police guard. Joker had already got snuck out by Sai, and now we're back to present, and he's free. But he has to pretend to be dead for a little while because we don't want to let Ketchy know that we tricked
We're out yet
him.
because apparently Akechi works for our final target,
Yes, Shido, the most evilest of the evil people.
who we figure out that one Shido is the guy. Like Shido is the guy pretty much pulling the strings behind uh well he's backing most of the people that we were already that
Mm-hmm.
we've already had done changes of heart to.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of tricked us into going after Okamura as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh he was behind the original Medjet attack, and he was the one that got our boy on probation.
He's the bald-headed pervert who Joker stopped in the beginning of the whole game.
This
Insane.
this guy, dude. This guy. Like
Which is so funny because the whole it seems like the theme of the whole game is checking your ego and checking your hubris and things like that, because Shido would have gotten away with it, but if he didn't use his power to get Joker arrested and moved to Tokyo
in the first place,
in the
it's never
first
gonna
place,
happen.
he would have never been stopped. But it was that one mistake, getting Joker moved to Tokyo and essentially creating the Phantom Thieves, that leads to his demise. So yes, we discovered that Shido is the final person we need to get to. We find out that Akechi has been working for Shido the entire time. So we gotta take them both out.
And so we figure out where his palace is, and his palace is a giant boat,
Hmm.
like sailing the seas of sunken Japan, like which is nuts.
Oh, did we also touch on Shido is the one who killed Futaba's mom?
Yeah, we didn't say that as well.
Yes.
But
So
like this guy, come
he
on.
did everything. He's
He
just
did it all.
he is cartoonishly villainous. But he kills Futaba's mom because Futaba's mom, we already knew that Futaba's mom was a very important scientist, but she was investigating
Cognitive research.
cognitive research. Ding ding. So Futaba was really onto like how to control like the metaverse and the cognitive world, and Sheeta wanted it, so he took it and like had her pushed in front of a car or something like that.
Yeah, I think no I think they found a way to force a mental breakdown in her,
That's right. Yeah. So
and like yeah, she wound up walking in front of a car and getting hit by a car.
so Sheeta has been orchestrating the mental breakdowns in Japan. He is the one that helped Akechi get his persona and his powers, and he has been like introducing rich politicians and influencers into the cognitive world.
And they've been using it for political and financial gain.
Mhm. So
This guy.
yeah, While we here, since we agreed we're going to stop on our most favorite and our least favorite palaces, I have to stop here because Shido's palace, I believe, is the worst. And it doesn't mean it's not fun. Like, I think Persona 5 as a whole is one of the best JRPGs I played ever.
I can agree with you with that too
Yeah.
because Shido's Palace stopped my run. That's
Yeah.
exactly where I stopped. The first time I was playing was Shido's Palace.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, oh, okay, I gotta get a letter of recommendation. How do I do that? And like I'm running around, I'm under level, I'm getting beat up by everything. I'm like barely escaping some of these fights with my life.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
I was just like, I'm just gonna take a break. And like
Mm.
whenever I say I'm taking a break, that means I'm not coming back to it. I gotta start over by the time I do get back to it.
Sheeta's boss fight. I mean, Sheeta's not boss fight. Sheeta's palace is by far the longest palace in the entire game, and I think it's full of a lot of pad. There's some stealth section that I really don't like. There's six boss fights, not six or seven boss fights, not counting Sheeta. Like, yet,
Yeah, like there's at least yeah, you're right. It's at least six.
yeah,
At
because
least six.
you fight the bosses each letter of recommendation. You have to fight a boss, I believe.
Yeah.
Then you have to fight his little bodyguard monster Yakuza dude. No,
And
he
then
has a letter of recommendation, so I'm counting him twice.
well,
The Yakuza dude is one of the letters of rec.
okay, yeah. And then like you have you meet up with an old friend that you have to fight in there as well.
Yes. So I think we can go straight to that. So
Okay.
you get the Sheeta's palace. You in order to get the Sheeta, you have to get these five letters of rec from people in his palace. So you defeat the bosses, you get that. You think you're on your way to Sheeta, and then you're interrupted by Akechi.
Yep. Black mask clad.
Evil ass. And mind you, this is right after you fight one of the harder mini bosses in that bodyguard Yakuza dude. And you have no
Yeah.
time to heal, no time to like lick your wounds. Now you gotta fight Akechi.
So and Akechi's boss fight is not it's not an easy boss fight either.
No.
So like you're fighting Akechi and once you actually defeat him, like apparently he was doing like what was his motives again? Like I want to say so he actually winds up being Shido's son,
Yeah, so
adopted son,
yeah,
adopted, right?
Kechi is Shido's adopted son, and he actually hated Shido. Like he did not love Shido for because Shido like instead of paying attention to him, he was paying attention to his political career, and like he knew he was being used. So he wanted to get close to Shido to finally overthrow him and kill him.
But because you defeated Akechi, he said, "Hey, like I will leave it in you guys' hands."
Mhm. But
And
here's the important thing. So Akechi at this point, like you can tell he's kind of losing it. He's losing his touch with reality. He's very much maniacal and like laughing insanely and stuff like that. And you find out that Akechi is trying to control more than one persona, like your main character, but he
yep,
cannot handle it.
he is not the wild card.
No.
We are the wild card.
So he kind of got too much dip on his chip. He got the second persona, and it drives him nuts. And that's how we can defeat him. These guards come. He comes to his senses. He pushes the Phantom Thieves away, locks a big door, and you hear a bunch of guns going
Gunfire.
off, and then silence. Is Akechi dead? We don't know. But we never see Akechi again. Is he going to be in Strikers? We don't know. But we
Yeah,
shall see.
yeah.
So We defeat Akechi. Next up is Shido. We defeat Shido in what's really a routine boss fight. It's not, but I think that's by design. So Shido's boss fight is really there. There is some specific things there, but it's really by the numbers. Just keep hitting Shido until he dies.
But you do get a cool one on one with him.
You do.
Uh,
You do.
halfway through the fight, and I was like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was salivating on the one on one. I was like, oh, I'm about to get in your butt now, bro. Like it's just you and me. Oh, I got everything I need.
Yeah, you really like I said, like this guy is like the most evilest of evil, and you finally kill him, and you feel good, but it just for some reason like inside you as the player, inside you you feel this is not a final boss fight, and that is because it is not.
not only not only does the change of heart not exactly help, Shido almost tries to kill himself to stop his change of heart.
Hmm.
We still get the change of heart, but his partners in crime decide no.
Yep.
Like it's not going to go down like that.
Hmm.
Like we'll hide the fact, and we're going to keep going on with his plans, even if it's not with him,
Hmm.
which is wild,
So we
but
did
not or predictable.
did all that work, and it changed absolutely nothing. So what the hell? What are we gonna do? Morgana comes up with kind of reveals his final. He was planning on doing this anyway. He wants to get into the heart of mementos. He believes the problem is there. Also, he believes his origin is there, and we need to go there and we need to figure out what the hell is powering mementos.
Yeah. So after defeating Shido, like we get the final part of Mementos, and we get
Mm.
to dive down into the bottom of it. And the bottom of it, I do believe, was also a giant jail cell.
Yes,
Yeah.
giant
Um,
jail.
one of the most colorful places too. Like I think, like, did it change a lot of colors, or was it all like
Yeah,
black and red and black and yellow, black and
yeah. It was reds and yellows and blues, and it
yeah,
was kind of it was
like
themed.
it was wild looking, and it was
Hmm.
wild looking down.
Yeah. So it wound up mementos in the heart of mementos wound up being like a big palace in and of itself, but just not dedicated to one specific person. It was like everybody just
That's the cognition of the world.
cognition ding. And so we get down, we finally, after going through all of mementos, we get to the heart, and in there is the Holy Grail. Eyebrow raise.
And
So
this is your final boss. Uh this Holy Grail, and
yeah,
you absolutely get wrecked.
yes, by design. So no matter like how powered up your characters are, you've beaten the Holy Grail's ass, and whenever it gets down to a certain point, the everybody in Japan's cognition, because the Holy Grail is everybody in Japan's treasure. Like they all are believing in this Holy Grail. This is what everybody. It's a cognitive embodiment of what everybody wants.
And currently everybody is they don't know what to do because they just lost their leader that they thought was important. Their people that they idolized, like have all been exposed as creeps and perverts and stuff like that. So the
Mm-hmm.
people are in a frenzy, and they don't know who to believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want some sense of control,
Mm-hmm.
and which that's gonna be a important thing in a minute.
Mwah.
But
So everybody's insecurities are powering the Holy Grail, and it keeps refilling its health. He mashes y'all. You go back into Japan, and because everybody believes in the Holy Grail and not the Phantom Thieves anymore, it well, hold on. I'm skipping some stuff. They go off into the real world, and the Holy Grail becomes so powerful, Mementos takes over the real world.
yeah,
So now
and
now the real world's becoming Mementos, and now basically you don't exist in this Mementos world if nobody is thinking about you.
and you wind up fading from existence.
Yeah, yes. Because everybody believes in the Holy Grail. They don't believe in the Phantom Thieves anymore. The Phantom Thieves literally just fade away. Joker pops back up in the Velvet Room. And Igor is like, "You idiot. You didn't do anything. You failed. You didn't get rehabilitated. Stay your ass in that jail cell. You're not going nowhere ever again." But through the what are we calling the CO girls? I don't know.
Yeah, I like CO girls.
Yeah, let's just keep calling that whatever.
Can I remember? I can't remember their names. I just saw it
I
this
didn't write it
evening.
down in my notes either. But anyway, they suddenly come to the realization like this is not Igor doesn't talk like that.
Yeah,
Igor would
this right.
never Igor doesn't want to see you fail.
Something's a little bit off,
Hmm.
and how so like they wound up
They ask Joker to fuse them, like how you've been fusing your personas for the entire game, so that everything's coming full circle. So they're like, "Can you fuse us?" You fuse the two CO girls. Kind of find out they're not two CO girls. They're actually
one person.
one CO girl that this evil Igor has split to keep her from like remembering who she is and stuff like that.
And she lets us know that this wasn't Igor from the jump.
Ah, this Igor is an imposter. So Igor goes off. He reveals that he wasn't Igor. He was the Holy Grail, and the Holy Grail is not even the Holy Grail. Igor equals Holy Grail, which equals Yaldabaoth, the god of control.
I'm glad you had that because I didn't.
That I knew I needed to look
Pronounce
up.
that
Because I was looking for clips and I was like, nobody in the game pronounces the name, I don't think. That is one name I don't think I heard pronounced, so I had to look it up.
I'm curious about that too, like because like a lot of these like a lot of these RPGs, the JRPGs, like they make these off of like actual gods that are considered. And I'm curious like what I'm pretty sure there is a god of control
Hmm.
in some form of mythology. I'm curious which one. I might look that up in my spare
Yep.
time.
So
But so yeah, this guy's the god of control. He's been orchestrating everything from the beginning.
hmm
He's been playing a game. He I think he actually says like yeah, like I was the one that made sure Akechi had kind of the same powers as you because I wanted to see which one of you guys will come out uh in the end. And even though you were the one that won in the end, you didn't because I won. Because I've been controlling everything from the jump. And
Mm.
you you get out of your prison cell. Uh was it more uh
So you get out your prison cell and you have to find everybody else's prison cell.
which they're all in the game.
Hmm.
Well, they're all in the Velvet Room with you. And
Hmm.
you talk to them and you get them out. I think you get like a small special interaction if you maxed out their social link too.
Yep.
So
Hmm. So yeah, you talk them all into believing in themselves again. They get themselves out of the jail. You all reunite, except for you can't find Morgana. Why wasn't he in a jail cell? That's because Morgana was born in the Velvet Room. This is his asshole's house. Igor, I think, created Morgana for the sole purpose of stopping Yaldabaoth from uh, keeping the Phantom Thieves from doing what they were supposed to do. So
yeah,
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 which explain this is it's
it's a lot.
yeah, it is a lot, but I think that in layman's, that is what happened. Morgana was created in the Velvet Room by Igor and dropped off on Earth to eventually have to meet Joker and help the Phantom Thieves defeat Yaldabaoth. So that is why Morgana has no memories after being created or after being a cat is because he did not exist before that point. So he's kind of like, damn, I thought I was a human. I'm not a human, but now I know my purpose.
And knowing his purpose and knowing that he's supposed to help the people that he's forged such bonds with now. Like he's happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's instrumental in your escape, just like he's been instrumental the whole game.
Oh, full circle. Genius.
And we're finally off to the final battle,
Yes. So we're back in the real world / memento, whatever place exists now. We fight through a semi average size palace type thing to get to the Holy Grail again.
which this time is actually it's actually the streets of Tokyo this time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this hellish landscape that was once Tokyo. You have to fight through demons, and like you have to fight like 3 archangels to get them. But you get to Holy Grail, but through the battle, you are now convincing people to stop putting their faith in the Holy Grail. So instead of getting healed, he is now no longer has the ability to heal itself anymore.
Which is also instrumental with the side social links that you've built up over the game, which we only talked about a couple of them, but like I do think some of the side social links that are in Persona 5 are some of the best in all of the Persona series.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, maybe we can speed run through
Yeah,
those real
I'll
fast.
save the part in the end because getting people up to 10 is important for the ending.
Yeah,
So there is a part in the end where we can go back and talk about like who we got to 10, who we dated, stuff like that.
cool. Yeah,
But yeah, so we get the Holy Grail's health down because he now can't heal himself. And now obviously a JRPG is not a JRPG unless the final boss has like 2 or 3 phases.
forms.
so, so the Holy Grail reveals himself to be Yaldabaoth. You see his true form, and his asshole is like a 50-story god.
Yeah, like, and you're really fighting them on foot for some of the fight.
So like, and it is no matter what difficulty you're playing in, no matter how powerful, unless somebody proves me wrong, unless I can look it up and see somebody like really mash out the boss. But this boss fight is a grind.
Yeah, like you said, I remember you said you did it on the hardest
Yeah,
difficulty, right?
yeah,
So like I know what the hardest available at the beginning, right?
yeah,
Because there's a harder difficulty after.
yeah. After New Game Plus, you unlock a harder one.
So like I'm like it's an RPG. I was playing for the story, so I
Mm.
wasn't on the easiest, but I was like going like no.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was normal. Maybe it was easiest. No,
Mm-hmm.
it was normal. Yeah, yeah, I got
He no joke.
destroyed a couple times. Like you make one wrong mistake, have the wrong person out at the wrong
Mhm.
time, and like and you lose that person, and that if that person's instrumental,
Mhm.
yeah, you might just call it a wipe.
I got to it's one point even during my second playthrough, like where there's 4 people in your party. I only had one person attacking, and like the other 3 were like healing and refilling the MP and like
I,
reviving.
I think like there's one point at some point during that boss fight, it's just like one one person's good for physical damage, and then one person's good for like magic, and you just kind of switching them in
Mhm.
and out.
Mhm.
Because like I know like like I said before, like I didn't like using Ryuji a lot, but then like towards the end of the game, I was like, oh, he hits the hardest.
Oh, yep.
All right. So like I was swapping him and on out because like on hit the hardest with magic for
Mhm.
me. So I was just like, all right, well, like I guess I'll just keep switching them out and have like who I had Makoto and Joker buffing and healing the whole time.
Mhm.
Like yeah, like yeah, a lot of thought went into that final boss battle.
So, yeah, you finally After a long grind, you defeat Yaldabaoth. He goes away. The hellish landscape returns back to being Japan. I mean, Tokyo specifically. And everybody celebrates except Morgana, who realizes I no longer have a purpose. I gotta go away. So Morgana leaves, assuming
and
she's gonna eventually vanish.
like we're like the group is sad about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like and you hate to see him go.
Mm-hmm. So everybody's sad, and you don't get any reprieve from being sad because now Sai comes out and she's like, okay, we are about to lock Shido up for a very long time, but we can't do that unless Joker testifies. Joker can't testify without admitting he's a Phantom Thief. If he admits he's a Phantom Thief, he's going to break his parole and he's going to go to jail. Anybody's like, what the F?
And being the hero you are,
mm-hmm.
you do it. Like so you wind up getting locked up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all for the greater good.
It is all for the greater good. You're in jail for a little bit of time. I don't remember the exact amount. I want to say it's like a couple weeks,
Yeah,
but
it wasn't long.
longer than I want to be in jail. But
Yeah.
so eventually, Sai works her magic. Not only gets Joker out of jail, but gets the original charges dropped because obviously proving Shido guilty proves that he lied about the initial interaction between you, Joker, and that woman.
And you changed his heart too. So like he's actually confessing.
Yes.
But I think like again, I think his people are the ones kind of pulling the strings behind the scenes to, keep him out of as much trouble as he should be getting into, which doesn't work.
Nope. So your main character Joker is free. Not only that, Morgana comes back, but he is now stuck in cat form. Just a regular old cat.
But he's fine with
Yeah, he's cool. He is now
that.
fine. There's no longer like, who am I now? I am a cat. I am cool with that. And we all cool. So now that Joker's crimes have been absolved, he is no longer forced to live in Japan. He wants to go back home to his family. So the plan is for Joker to eventually leave. You get this last full day to say goodbye to all the people you have maxed out as far as relationship wise.
Yeah.
So I want to
And
take some time to talk about that. Like who did you max out?
so um my my first playthrough,
Mm-hmm.
I think I've said this before on like a different on a different time that I was on the podcast, but the first person I normally always max out is Kawakami, the teacher,
Mm-hmm.
because well, one, that's my king. Don't judge me.
hold on, wait. I think we gotta, for the people who have not played, let's break down who she is and how you meet her and why she's a
So Kawakami is your homeroom teacher,
mm,
and you wind up meeting her because you, Ryuji, and another one of your people that winds up being a social link as well.
mm-hmm.
Um, you find this advertisement to get a living maid to come in and work for you, and like they're thinking pervy stuff about it, and they're like, yeah, we about this. So you call it in, and who shows up is your homeroom teacher. But you guys make a deal, and so like you don't snitch on each other, and which that's a lot of your confidants is you all making some type of under the table deals,
mm-hmm.
and she comes through and like she'll help you out with actual maid stuff, but you can romance her too.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like I said, like my first time, I always max her out first because her rank 10. Once you get people to rank 10, they give you a special skill or do something special for you. And her thing is she allows you to go back out at night after you've been dungeon crawling all day. Which normally when you are in a dungeon all day, like it's just like, all right, go to sleep. There's nothing else for you to do. So like she But yeah, again, like I said, teacher king. So I went for her first the first time, but like I always max her out first.
Damn, I wish I knew that that was the reward because that would come in handy.
Yeah.
So,
Like when I saw it, I was just like, I knew I was barking up the right tree.
so the reason why what made me not even pursue her is that for the first couple, I don't know if it ever stops, but in normal relationship building, you normally just call somebody up or you go to wherever they hang out at, and be like, "Hey, man, let's go somewhere," and you go. The only way you can advance her relationship rank is by actually paying her to
Gotta
come to
spend money.
you. Yeah. And I'm cheap, even with in-game money. And she wants a lot.
Yeah. Like once you get her to 10 though, like she no, I think you actually like for her to do some of the stuff that you want her to do, like she used to have to spend money. But
Hmm.
she does a lot of stuff for you that actually helps because like so like she'll wash your clothes. Washing clothes actually gives you armor for
Hmm.
the dungeons. She'll make your she'll make some of your not detective items.
Hmm.
Um infiltration items that you need to. She'll make those for you so you could do other things.
Okay.
And what's the other thing? Oh, she'll create distractions for you when you're in her class or other people's classes so you could do extra stuff in class.
I
So
noticed
like
that. Yeah.
she all around like kind of helps you out, and I think she's like getting her rank high, like even if you're not going to 10, getting her rank high is important to maxing out the maximum amount of ranks that you can get.
Hmm.
Like it's I think it's very important. And that's why, like, after the first time, I was like, well, I still have to rank up all the way, even though I'm gonna go a different route this time. But yeah, she was hands down my favorite, and it's funny because like her whole backstory too is she got too close to a student that she was really trying to help,
Hmm.
and he wound up I think he overexerted himself or something like that, and
Hmm.
I don't remember if he died or he just went in the hospital, but their parents were extorting her for money, and that's why she was taking the extra job,
Hmm.
so she could pay. Uh, she was paying the money out of guilt, and they were blackmailing her into doing it.
Hmm.
And that's what I was getting confused earlier because all your social links, like once you get them to 10, like there's some type of mementos boss battle for them,
Yeah.
and that's the one where you're fighting a husband and wife.
Yep.
So yeah, that's where I started off. Like,
Mm.
what about you?
Yeah, so I was with Persona 5 proper, I didn't get to level 10 a lot because that game is very it's not bad, but the balancing as far as time wasn't really handled at the best that it could be. And Royal fixed a lot of that. You get more time slots to do more things and stuff like that, and certain things don't tucker you out for the whole day like they did in the original one. So when I beat Royal, I maxed out on Ryuji, which has a interesting story too. Makoto, who is who I ended up dating. I didn't date her in 5
It's a
because
fine choice, though.
yes. So I couldn't date her in 5 5 proper because in order to get past a certain point, you have to max out your intelligence, and I didn't have enough time to. In 5, you don't have enough time to max out all your like stats, whereas in Royal you do, or you do, and
You
I just
can. It's
didn't.
just difficult. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really difficult to do.
yeah.
Like, I know, like that's like in Persona games. Like, I always like intelligence is important.
Hmm.
I mean, like it's not important. It's not super important,
Yeah.
but to me, I always like being the top of the class on the test.
Hmm.
So like, I'm like, all right, oh, I finished this dungeon. I don't need to go in there for a couple days.
Mm.
Study with friends. Study. Let me get that knowledge up.
So in part 1 we were talking about how like when we play RPGs we want to actually play like we want to immerse ourselves in it and pretend that we are the main character. So I did that in the first one and tried to actually answer the test questions using my knowledge. And no, some of those questions are ridiculous.
Well, I know like some of like the harder tests, like
Mhm.
they give you all the answers
Yeah.
in the school parts, but
Mhm.
like when you do the actual test,
Mhm.
like sometimes the way they rephrase the actual answer kind of just
Yes.
throws you off.
So with my royal playthrough, I just looked it up. I found a page that like has all the test answers, so I maxed my intelligence.
I mean, I did that in Royal too, but but yeah, like I think the original playthrough, like I was just kind of like I have a friend that played the game and like he will be in the class sections and he'd be like, "Oh, that's on the test," and he'll literally write it down.
Wow.
Like he literally has like a little book. It's like, "Hey,
That's
so Persona
dope.
answers right here." I study and I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, so yeah, I said Karakami first,
Mm.
but out of like the main cast, like I definitely uh well, my first attempt, not my first win, because my first win wasn't Royal, but the
Mhm.
first time I actually completed was Royal. But I know I maxed out Makoto. I know I uh maxed out Yusuke.
Mhm.
I know I was like above rank 6 with Ryuji. Like even if I don't like you, I know I'm gonna get you above rank 6
Yeah.
or 7 because I think that's rank 6 or 7. You get some good stuff
Oh
for getting
yeah.
them that high. I know side characters. I got oh, I don't know why I can't remember her name, and like everybody loves her. The doctor,
Yeah, I forgot
the
her name too.
goth
Yes.
girl doctor.
Yeah, I maxed her out too.
Everybody loves her.
Mhm.
Uh, I know I got her up there because she gives you a really cool discount on
Mhm.
stuff. I'm the one social link I never really get into a lot was the politician.
Yes.
I don't think anybody maxes that.
So, funny story. I played it through twice. I didn't even know you're talking about like the guy. He's like talking on the street, right?
Yeah,
So I didn't even know that that was like a person you could get to know. Like, so you see him in the street, and he asks you for like what, a Big Bang burger or something like that. Like you have to get him something.
no, no. He meets you working in
Yes,
Big
that's what it
Bang.
is.
Like no, no, not he. You're working someplace, and he
Yeah.
sees you there,
Hmm.
and like he's like, hey, like yeah, I'm the guy that's outside, doing doing the speeches every I think it's like Sunday and something else.
Hmm.
Like if I'm out there, you know, come out there and talk with me or help me out. And
Mm.
I did like I never maxed them out, but I definitely like done some of his stuff. And like he has a interesting backstory that I didn't know a lot about.
Hmm.
And it's funny because most of the time you're just standing out there next to him with a sign. That's all
Hmm.
you're doing. And he and he's talking. And but yeah, I didn't do a lot of his stuff. I know it would be my original playthrough. There's a gun shop owner that you can do well, not
Yeah.
a gun shop, a airsoft replica
Hmm.
uh gun shop owner, and like you could do stuff for him. And he's like ex Yakuza or something.
Hmm.
And like he has a crazy backstory too. This is somebody that I'm forget the the shoji girl that's in the
Yes.
church.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I got her pretty high. I know I didn't max her out, but I got her pretty high. And I know I got her pretty high because she gives you techniques,
Hmm.
in game techniques or in battle techniques that help you out. And she's a really good person to get pretty high up there.
Hmm.
And it's people I'm missing, and I just feel like they're not that important, and that's why.
Yeah, there are a lot of like. you hit like the main ones are like these give you the best benefit from getting to know them. Like I got Sajiro up to 10, and his perk is you can actually go in the back and cook, and his food actually gives you in-game benefits.
Yeah, like yeah, like because you get I think the actually I think all of his stuff it's like
The
what
coffee
is it
gives you HP.
mana stuff, right?
No, you're right. I'm sorry. The coffee and the curry both give you MP, but I think the curry
And
gives you more. Oh no, the curry is for the whole team, and the
yeah,
coffee is just single.
Curry's whole team,
Yeah.
Coffee's one person.
Yes. Hmm.
I feel like they're gonna yell at us. I'm not sure.
Correct us in the comment
We'll find
section
out.
what curry and coffee does. But yeah, there's a lot of people in there that like really don't give you a benefit. Once I realized the reporter really doesn't do anything, I stopped meeting with her.
Yeah, I think she had like it's like one or two perks that she had.
Hmm.
And I think like the ones that are good were like so far down the line
Yeah.
that it kind of wasn't worth it.
Hmm.
Um, I did go there a lot. I remember because ooh, I'm trying to remember if I'm getting Royal Task mixed up with
Hmm.
Base 5 because like I know there's a job that you could do there where you meet her
Yeah.
at that bar
Mhm.
and like the job there it like greatly increases one of your stats.
Yeah.
But that might have been something in Royal.
I
So
think that was added in Royal because that was a job I
yeah.
picked up. So it'd be so funny. She would be sitting there and she's like, "Hey, you want to like go on a date?" I'm like, "No, I'm actually here to
Oh
work.
no,
Bye."
I'm here to work.
I'm like, and the arcade kid, I leveled up a lot because he gives you perks with your guns in match.
I forgot
Yep.
all about him in my last
Oh
playthrough.
no. Yeah, he comes through clutch. At least for like regular fights. Like it doesn't really help too much in boss fights, but if you get him up, he'll eventually teach you. You'll start almost every battle with like giving gun damage to the enemy.
Like automatically shooting?
Like automatically, you come out and then like you can just spam a button and you're just shooting the enemy for a certain amount of time, and then you start the battle. Yeah.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Well, I know I
Yeah,
know
you,
I'll be
you need to
working on
get
next
to know
time.
him.
The I think the fortune teller girl too.
Yes, yeah, she's pretty
She
interesting.
she has a I think she does have like an interesting
Hmm.
like early perk that like helps you I think see I'm wondering if I'm getting royal stuff mixed up again. But like she'll help you build social links faster with
Yes.
specific people.
Hmm.
And like again, I'm not sure if I'm getting that mixed up with five or royal or not. But she's totally uninteresting.
She
It's the
is.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah, her story is uninteresting as hell.
Oh, and I've and also that yeah, Futaba like
Yes.
10 easily. Like
And her story, like, you really like you hit it right on the mark where like Futaba is the most interesting of the female characters. And it's because so in animes, there's always like when they traditionally draw women, the traditional drawn women are always kept to look pretty and they don't really make any weird faces. But Futaba, they really take liberty with the way she expresses herself, and it's
and
so
not
funny.
just yeah, not just her looks either. Like both her voice actors too did like an amazing job because
Mhm.
she is a weirdo. But
Yes.
you like it. Like
Yeah.
you want to get to know more. And then like her whole social link is kind of like reintroducing her to the world and getting her out of her shut-in ways.
Mhm.
And like you just like you if you got a heart, you want to help her.
Mhm.
Like you want in on that. You want to like I haven't done like her actual romance route yet.
Mhm.
But like that's probably like next time I play, I probably will. Cause yeah, I know I've done Kawakami's, I've done Makoto's.
Mhm.
My royal playthrough romance route, I did Haru that time around.
Mhm.
Haru's is actually really good too.
So
I'm not surprised.
I never get Haru to 10 because you meet her so late in the game that you
You really
really.
have to dedicate all your time to her
Mm-hmm.
because of how late you find her.
Mm-hmm.
So like everything stops
Yes.
if you're going after
I gotta
Haru.
go on dates with Haru for the next 2 weeks straight to get her to 10.
But like I think she's definitely worth it. She's really good. She's a
Mhm.
really good character.
Mhm.
And like I definitely enjoyed the time I spent with her. Like I actually enjoyed the time I spent with her more than like a lot of the other females outside of Futaba.
Mhm.
Uh just because like the whole time I was like, all right, she's gonna kind of break this uh ditzy cutesy act that she kind of has, and she never did. Like that's
Mhm.
really her. And it was great. It was great.
Yeah, man, it's a phenomenal game. I think even if this is your first run through with the Persona 5 story and you haven't played it, I still think, even though I encouraged you, don't go play it. You gotta go back and play it. If you, even with the story beats spoiled for you, if you, I still think one of the best RPGs I've played, like of all time. Go back and
Yeah,
play
like
it.
definitely like even knowing what's gonna happen, the journey itself, there's so many small things that happen along the journey. Like we didn't cover like some of the small things that make this game so magical. And it's definitely Persona 5 is definitely one of the best Persona games.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely it's definitely in like my top 10 of RPGs that I've played.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even top 5. I have to think about it hard. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a really good game, and like you deserve to check it out. It's really
Absolutely.
good.
So you say goodbye to all your rank 10 friends. You load up in a what you think is a cab, and you're about to go back home. But then it's revealed that your friends all took off, and they want to personally chauffeur you back home. And then y'all ride off into the sunset.
And also, I don't think we brought it up, but like Morgana stays with you too. So like
Yes, good point.
more you and Morgana continue on after the story together. Like he stays with you while your friend, like whenever your friends actually wind up going back to their hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, so I played Persona 5 Striker. I played a little bit of Persona 5 Scramble, the Japanese version, and I can confirm that Scramble, well, Striker, starts literally where Persona 5 left off.
yeah, like they like people have been getting it confused. It is a sequel. It's not a
Yes.
spin-off. It is a
Hmm.
sequel. um so like I played a little bit of the Japanese demo for it too,
Hmm.
which I think it's funny. Like I loaded it up, I beat like a wave of enemies, and I was just like, I like this. I just cut it off. I was like, I don't need any more.
Because yeah, I mean,
I'll save the story for later.
I needed to test it because like I normally don't like the Dynasty Warrior esque games too much. Like I'm a big Zelda fan and I can't play Hyrule Warriors. I really think I can't get into it.
So
But
like personally, I don't mind Dynasty Warriors games
mm,
it's the right uh if it's the setting I like. So like I really like what's the Dynasty Warriors? Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
hmm
It's actually like one of my favorite types of those games, and I've played all of them, and some of them are horrible, technically. But I still play them, and I enjoyed them.
hmm
I played a couple of the Fate anime games as well, and
hmm
like those have been fun. And I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to going into this game with the Persona 5 cast.
Yeah, me too. And it looks like they're doing a lot. They're implementing a lot of what makes Persona 5 good into that Dynasty Warrior mechanic. Like the relationship building is still there. The balancing of the personas and the powers and the skills are still there. And yeah, so yeah, very much looking forward to it. And that's it. You're caught up.
Yeah, we got you there.
We did it. We have summarized a 130-hour game into 2 1-hour videos. Check them out. If you didn't watch part 1 already, watch part 1, like it, subscribe it. We streamed an hour of Persona 5 Striker. Watch that. If you didn't watch that, Hinakago, where can they find you?
Twitter, HinoDN7. You can find me there. Twitch.tv /Hinokaga. HINOKAGA. I stream a lot of stuff. Again, haven't streamed Persona 5 yet, but that stream will be coming as soon as the PC version comes out, because I want to make sure it looks the best for y'all. And the Striker stream will be coming right after the Persona 5 stream. And I also streamed Persona 4, so you can check that out on my Twitch channel or my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hinokaga. And I have a ton of stuff on. I have more content than I actually knew I had on there. So there's a ton of different games on there, a lot of different varieties of them too. So, you know, check me out there.
Nice. So y'all heard it. Go love Persona. Go play Strikers. Go watch all that stuff and sub all that stuff and change your heart, baby.
Just don't watch the Persona 5 anime.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's pretty bad, guys.
Good grief.